New York style pastrami sandwiches on Smokin' and Drinking. Hey, welcome back to Smokin' and Drinking. I'm Mike, and today we're making a New York style pastrami. And because I've never been to New York, I've asked my friend Dr. Tom to come and help me out with this. So let's get started. All right, so as you can see, I've already got the meat seasoned. What I did before you got here is kind of prep the meat. And normally you'd use the navel cut or the belly cut of the beef because it's more tender and has more of the marbled fat in it. Couldn't get that here locally, but so we're using a brisket cut. We're using corned beef. So because corned beef is kind of salty, very salty.
Oh, very salty.
I had to desalinate it, so I soaked it in water, changing the water every couple hours.
So it's like the opposite of brining almost.
Yeah, kind of like debrining. Yeah. So did that before you got here, so it was ready. And then once it was done debrining, let's call it, I dried it all off, patted it dry, and I seasoned it with just some basic seasonings, coarse black pepper and cracked coriander, and garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. Paprika kind of gives it a little bit of that reddish color.
How would the seasoning be different than if you were doing a straight brisket?
When I do a brisket, a lot of times I use my own rub that I made.
Oh, sure.
It's really kind of the same thing as a brisket rub. Probably wouldn't use the coriander or the paprika.
Okay.
I go more heavy on salt and pepper and some other more, I guess, beefy kind of seasonings. But yeah, and I've done a couple briskets videos. I'll put a link up here if you want to see that. But yeah, this one's pretty simple on the seasoning. A lot of coriander. So this is ready to go. This has been sitting overnight in the refrigerator, and it's what they call the pellicle stage, or at least some people call it the pellicle stage. Pellicle just means skin, but what it does is it kind of lets the skin dry out and get a little tacky and allow the seasoning to soak in, kind of marinate. It's kind of like a marinade.
Yeah.
So that sat overnight in the fridge, just uncovered, just like this. And we're going to just take this whole, not the pan, but we'll take the rack out and get it on the smoker. We've got the smoker preheated to 225, and we're using hickory pellets.
Oh,
so
okay.
You can also use oak or cherry. I try and stay away from the mesquite.
Oh, mesquite, too smoky. You don't want it too smoky.
Yeah, mesquite is a very harsh smoke. When I use mesquite, a lot of times I'll blend it with hickory or oak or something like that.
Yeah,
and kind of tame it down a
little
bit.
I use mesquite when I want to tick off my neighbors.
Smells great, but
but ooh, it stays for a long time.
It lingers. But hey, let's get this out to the smoker and get it started. We're going to smoke it at 225 Fahrenheit for 2.5, maybe 3 hours. We're going to monitor the temperature on it, and we want to get it up to about 165 for the initial internal temp. So
great.
Let's get it out the smoker and we'll get it started.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
All right. So you're from New York originally, correct?
Yeah, I was born on Long Island. Long Island's about, 120 miles long and, maybe 20 miles wide. And ended up going to school in Northwest Missouri. But in the summer, I had a job working in construction, believe it or not. Those that know me at all or think I'm making that part up. And I worked at Rockefeller Center. And so at lunch break, I would often grab a sandwich or something. This is there's just a lot of opportunities there in Midtown Manhattan to grab something for lunch.
Yeah. So when you think about, speaking of sandwiches, when you think about New York, what's the first food that comes to mind?
Well, when I think about New York City, because of that experience I had, it definitely is the pastrami sandwich because when I started working in the city, and my dad worked in the city too. He was an electrician. I was an apprentice, and he said you want to go to a bar to get pastrami sandwiches. He says, you don't want to drink because we were working obviously,
Yeah.
but he says you're going to get the best sandwiches you're going to get, and for the best price. And so that's what I typically would do. Wait and get a pastrami at one of the bars that were an easy walking distance. And so that's a fond memory. That's going back more than a decade or two.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I've never been to New York, so and believe it or not, I've never had a pastrami sandwich.
well, my
So,
friend, you're taking on quite a challenge as I was thinking about this because a New York pastrami, unlike say a corned beef, as the smoke master, you have no room for error. It is going to be done, and it is going to be what it is. Corned beef, you're going to put some other stuff on it. You're going to put some sauerkraut on it, especially you. And you're going to put some like French dressing or some secret sauce. And so it can cover a multitude of sins. Pretty much a pastrami sandwich is thick, juicy, um, and it is what it is.
it's about the meat.
It's all about the meat.
Huh. Yeah, I was looking through some recipes for it, and there are some sauces and cheese and things that you can put on there, but
It's called cheating.
yeah, it's kind of what I gathered in my research. So
You're a daring man.
yeah, this got me nervous now. Let's hope I do it right. So there is one thing you put on it though, other than just the meat, right?
My friend, you've got to have some sort of spicy mustard. That's kind of a given.
Okay.
And anything beyond that, I'm pretty sure it's a misdemeanor in New York City. So
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was in Philadelphia and tried the Philly steak sandwich, and they were kind of protective about things you put on their sandwich too. So it's
right.
cheese and onions, I think, is what it is there. But yeah, so all right. Well, now that you've got me plenty nervous,
Good, good.
I'll ask one more question. Do you? You told me a story that you had an interesting place where you were born. Um,
Yeah. I guess I could out myself here. I was born in Amityville, and home of the Amityville Horror.
ah,
So many people have associated me with that, and on camera I can neither confirm or deny.
okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. All right. Well, we we'll just let that smoke for a couple hours, probably 2.5 to 3 hours. And I've got the temperature probe in it, so we'll monitor temperature. When we get up to about 155, 160, we'll pull it off and we'll move on to the next stage. So we'll check back in a minute.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We've got our or well, it's a brisket really, but it's
It's a brisket.
yeah, it is a brisket.
It's a
Yeah.
brisket that we specially treated.
Right. So
We being a little bit envious on my part. I really just stood here and watched you do everything, but that's fine.
yep. So our corned beef or our brisket cut is up to 150. Originally, I said 155 to 165, but we're going to get it off at 150 and get it into the steaming basket and then raise the temperature up to about 200 or 225. And we're going to shoot for an internal temperature of about 203 for our final temp. But what this is going to do is soften the muscle fibers and turn the fat into soften the fat so it kind of renders these more easily, makes a more tender cut. So
Because if I remember what you were saying, this is actually as opposed to turning it as a pastrami. This will be the step that takes corned beef, which is usually easier to find. Any grocery store is going to have corned beef. They
Right.
may not have a pastrami cut.
Right.
You have to
Right.
go to a butcher for that. So
Exactly.
you are about to almost perform some smoking magic. That'll be cool.
Yeah, sure. Let's call it that.
Sure.
Right. That's actually absolutely right. We're going to be turning our corned beef into a pastrami. So by getting it off at 150 instead of 155 or 160, we may be sacrificing a little bit on the bark. But because we did our pellicle stage in the refrigerator overnight for like 24 hours, that should have given us a little leg up to getting that bark, getting a little jump on the bark. So not worried about it. I'm going to take this is going to be our steaming pan. It's already on a rack, a wire rack. I'm going to go grab that, put it in here. We'll bring it in so y'all can see it. And we're just going to add some liquid and cover it and get it back out. So let me run out and grab that. I'll be right back.
Cool. Look forward to this.
All right. That is our pastrami, or almost pastrami. We're going to get it there. Smells delicious.
It smells really good.
We've got a nice crust on there. I'm not worried at all about pulling it off at 150. So as you can see, we've got the rack in there. That'll keep it up out of the liquid. And for the liquid, we have half a cup of beef broth, and this is low sodium, fat free, and half a cup of water. And we're just going to add that into the pan. That's going to create our steam. And I don't know why I'm pouring it around, theatrics, I guess, but it's really all there's to it. And then we're going to cover it with some foil so we can hold that moisture in there. That's going to be good on audio. Just going to seal it up real nice.
Mike, did we ever mention to folks that it's 11 degrees out there and we're really pushing the Traeger right now?
Yeah, I didn't mention that. It is January right now. It's 11 degrees. I have a blanket on the smoker, but it wouldn't work without that. Yeah, it is cold outside. So we are pushing the abilities of our smoker, but it's keeping up. So it took a little longer. We've been smoking almost 5.5 hours. So it is a brisket originally. It's a brisket cut, and those can take a while. It did hit a stall, and took a while. So hopefully we can get a taste of this before midnight.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
But we may eat like the New Yorkers around 9 o'clock. So hopefully. So, all right, we've got our pastrami on the rack. We've got our liquid in there, and we got it tinted. I've already bumped the Traeger up to, I think it's at 275.
Okay.
We're going to start there. We may have to bump it up to 300 because it's so cold. We kind of have to keep an eye on that temperature. But
how are you going to put your temperature probes through the aluminum?
I'm gonna open a corner. I'm gonna run my lead in and stick it into there, and then seal it back up so we keep a good tent on there.
Okay. Yeah.
You could stick it in there, but
the whole idea is to capture the steam. So.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So good point. I didn't mention that. So I'm just gonna get that back out there and be right back.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Just checked the meat, and it actually went to about 208 really quickly.
How quickly was that?
It was like 15 minutes.
Good.
I expected at least an hour.
Yeah.
And of course,
I was ready to go to Arby's. I was getting hungry, dude.
But that's okay. The time is really not important. It's how tender it is. I went and took a probe and probed the meat, and it is really tender. Goes in like butter, which is what we want. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go pull it off of the smoker, and then we need to let it rest. A lot of times I'll wrap it in butcher paper or something and stick it in a cooler. We're just going to put it in the oven. I've got it preheated to 170. That's as low as it'll go. We're just going to let that rest for about 20 or 30 minutes.
Why do we rest these things? I've never had.
It helps let the juices meld back into the meat because they kind of want to sweat out. So this lets it absorb those juices again.
And any spice is still on the outside, maybe.
Yeah, absorb whatever's left in spices and flavor. And it also helps if there's any breakdown of the sinew or the collagen, the fat. It helps continue to render that down a little more.
Good.
Just makes it a little more juicy.
Worth the extra time.
Yeah. If you don't rest it, sometimes it ends up being tough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's debates whether people should rest. Some say, no, it's a waste of time to rest. Others say do it. We're not quite ready to eat supper anyway. So,
yeah, good point. Yeah.
All right, let me go grab that. I'll be right back. Okay. You'll see there's a little hole in the tin foil. That's where I stuck my probe in there. To your suggestion, I left the hole in there. I thought that might help vent a little bit, and it did. But yeah, it's nice and tender. So I'm tempted to look, but I'm not gonna.
Okay, you're a good man.
I have to wait.
You're a good man.
So let's get this in here. Hopefully it fits. That was the other thing that you mentioned. Yeah, we may have to.
Yeah, there you go.
Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. We got it in there anyway. So
necessity is the mother of invention.
You know, I heard a story one time about this woman who, this young lady was making a roast, a meatloaf. It was a meatloaf, and her mother came over, and so they were going to make meatloaf together. And she cuts the ends off of her meatloaf, and her mother said, "What'd you do that for?" And she said, "Well, you always did that, Mom." "Why did you always do that?" She said, "Well, because I didn't have a big enough oven. My meatloaf never fit in the oven."
There's proof positive, folks. That can happen.
Yeah. So we're going to let that rest for about 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
But while we're waiting, I thought we'd make a classic Manhattan.
Oh, perfect.
You know?
Woody Allen would be proud.
So, have you ever had a Manhattan?
I have. I can't. Manhattan and Cosmopolitans. I think that's the other drink, right?
Yeah.
You go to a fancy wedding in New York or whatever, you're going to drink a Manhattan.
Yeah. So, classic Manhattan. It's rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, touch of bitters, or Angostura bitters, and stirred, not shaken, Mr. Bond. So let's go ahead. I need some ice to start us off. All right.
We have the right glass.
Yeah, I like those martini glasses.
Well, call them Manhattan glasses.
Manhattan glasses.
Yeah.
Well, is Manhattan a martini? No, it's Manhattan. All right, for our Manhattan, we need 2 ounces of rye whiskey. Of course, there's 2 of us, so we'll need 4 ounces, 1 each. Dr. Tom's thinking, this guy's trying to get me drunk.
It doesn't take much.
Okay, that's our rye. This is a Sazerac rye, straight rye whiskey. It is American rye. Thank you, Karen. Sometime we'll try the Canadian rye.
Yeah. Has she sent us a bottle yet to try?
No, she hasn't. So, Karen, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Gallo sweet vermouth. I need 1 ounce of that, which for 2 of us would be 2. And Dr. Tom, you asked me a good question. Does the vermouth, is that what gives it its color? Yeah. The reddish brown color? And it is, in fact, what makes it that nice, ruddy, reddish brown. And then we need 2 dashes of bitters. So if there's 2 of us, I guess that means 4 dashes. The first one was a half a dash.
2 plus 2 being 4. Yeah,
thank you, Dr. Tom. And then, well, we're not going to shake it. We're going to stir it. Yeah. All right. And
it has a strain around the top. Look at you. Oh, that looks good. It's missing something, buddy.
Yep, we gotta garnish it. And then a cherry, cocktail cherry.
Yeah, look at that.
These are brandied cherries. Very dark.
Very dark.
All right. One for you.
Thank you, sir.
And one for me.
Hey, salute.
Salute. Prost.
Prost. Oh, that is good.
That is good.
Sorry you're not here to try this. But you can do it at home.
I talk about smell-o-vision a lot. Well, they haven't invented taste-o-vision yet either. So, all right. Well, we'll just wait till we get till that's rested. We'll get the table set, and we'll come back in just a minute.
Sounds good.
We'll be
In
back.
the meantime, you know what we're going to be doing.
Thank you. By the way, I mentioned at the beginning when I introduced, this is Dr. Tom. He's not my doctor. Remember when I always say, don't tell my doctor I'm eating this? Not this doctor.
No latex glove on this hand.
Oh, there's an image I didn't want to see. This is a family movie, family show. Okay.
Oh, baby.
Oh. Wow.
Look at this. Can they see the steam on the camera?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's you know, when I pulled it off before we put it in here, it looked kind of dry and crusty, but it kind of rejuvenated. Yeah. Now I got to figure out how to get this onto my cutting board. That's really not that hard.
Do you have one of those thin meat hooks? I had one once. No, seriously, you just twist it in?
No, I don't.
Yeah, let's see if I can find one.
Oh, the puppies are excited. They want to try some too. We have the technology.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy.
There we go. Get this out of the way. So, important thing about this type of meat is you want to cut with or against the grain. Against the grain. Otherwise, it'll chew like shoe leather. But oh boy, I can't wait to get into that. Let's get it sliced and get our sandwich built. All right, let's get a slice here. We need a slice against the grain, which the grain is running this way, actually kind of like this. So I need to go this way. You'd think this way. This would be the intuitive way to do it. First cut's going to be a fat one. Oh, does that look like I'm going against the grain? I think so. It's hard to tell sometimes.
It's really hard to tell.
Well, let's keep going. Am I getting too thick?
A little thick.
Mr. New York? Okay.
I think so.
Yep. We got to get thinner.
Yep.
Look like the right color?
Yeah.
Lie if it's not. So my understanding is that pastrami sandwiches are piled high with the pastrami.
Yes.
Okay. It's too bad I should turn this way so you guys can see that. Isn't that beautiful? And now I'm all backwards. That's all right. I do whatever I need for you guys. Enough for a couple sandwiches, you think?
That's way fine.
Okay. I can't wait anymore. Too impatient. All right. And we have white rye bread or light rye bread. What do you prefer?
I actually like rye.
Do you?
And
but you like the dark, though, I think you mentioned.
I usually like the dark.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're in a bar in New York City and they hand you a sandwich, you're going to love
it. You like it however they hand it to you, right?
I like it.
Okay. Probably need a, I don't know. Like I said, I've never had it, never been to New York.
I'd probably cut it.
Size of the bread, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
You guys are learning with me if you haven't done this. If you have, leave it in the comments. Tell me all the things I'm doing wrong here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a thick skin.
Yeah. We did go with the grain or against the grain like we were
Grain.
supposed to, because that didn't cut quite the same. So, all right, and then we'll just take 2 or 3. You tell me. Whoa,
There you go.
I'm gonna touch this more. Another one.
That's fine for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just spread it out a little.
And then you mentioned at the beginning of this video, the
Well,
only thing you add.
yeah, is because honestly, there's no better test of a smoker's expertise than a pastrami. Because unlike the corned beef, where you're turning it into a Reuben and you're adding a bunch of extra ingredients, the most you're going to add to your pastrami to make it genuine is maybe a spicy mustard.
Spicy mustard. All right. Well, let's dig in. He already took the safety seal off of there, so I didn't look like a fool trying to squirt a new bottle that wouldn't come out. He's looking out for me. All right.
Can I use the knife to cut the sandwich?
Absolutely. Whoops.
What is a great knife?
Got that for Christmas a couple of years ago.
What kind of knife is that?
It's a, says it up here.
Slice X.
Slice X?
Yeah.
Yeah, Slice X. Don't know. It probably came from Amazon, I imagine. It is a nice knife. All right.
Okay, buddy.
Here we go. Going in for the bite.
This is it.
That is delicious.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's a New York style, but it's delicious. It is spicy, tender, juicy. There's nothing really overpowering. The mustard gives it a nice little kick there.
Complements the spice.
Wow, that's delicious. Let's see how the Manhattan goes along with it. Yeah. So the Manhattan, the rye whiskey is a little spicier than a bourbon. I'm usually a bourbon man, but the rye kind of matches with the spice of pastrami. So
what did we learn from this, Mike? The whole process.
Well, one thing we learned is that the steaming process at the end can really accelerate the process. What we thought was going to take at least an hour.
That final phase.
And that's what makes a corned beef into a pastrami.
Yeah.
And remember, we used corned beef, which is a brisket, because I didn't have access to the navel cut or the belly from the cow. So what it does, the steam, of course, you cover that up and you build that steam up, it's going to get a lot hotter and trap all that in there. But it helps re-moisturize, add the moisture back into that may have leaked out over the smoking process. But also helps break down those muscle fibers and the fat and render that down better to help make it tender as well. So, and it didn't really affect the bark much. I thought it would really soften the bark. It's a little soft, but it's still there. So,
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining me.
You bet.
It was a great experience. I needed someone with some New York experience. So I can't wait to go there and try one from a professional. So thank you all for joining me once again, joining Dr. Tom and I. And as always, remember to hit that notification bell, hit the like button, subscribe. I know it's easy when I do that.
I love it because it really helps. It really helps.
But it does help. It does help us. And so thank you. And as always, Prost. What do they say in Italy? Salud. Salud. I have another bite.